Morning, everybody. It is Monday, April 11th, second week of Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. And just a quick rundown. Some of you have asked how our children are doing. So in brief, Anne-Marie and Colin Stroud to be wed May 29th, coming up in a little over than a month. We're very excited about that unveiling, just the delight of the witness they give to the Trinity of God at the heart of their lives and their courtship, and just so excited. Blessed to spend time with their parents over Easter weekend. That was really beautiful to be so kindred with them. So shout out to the Strouds. We love you guys and just look forward to this journey up to the wedding date. Anyways, Joseph is leading Damascus worship and missionary work at Damascus, wonderful campus in the center of Ohio, reverberating throughout the world. Just truly kind of revealing that heart that many of us maybe wish we had experienced as Catholics, but it is the truth of our faith. And what's that? Jesus says in John 4, we'll worship in spirit and in truth. Both are important. The truth, the foundation of our Catholic faith, are the banks of that rapids, right? And the spirit is that free-flowing river that goes through. It's both. Both are important, and I think they've really captured that and are forming disciples in that, which is really cool. John Paul is at Hillsdale, matriculating very well. He's an RA, works in the president's office, and he's getting ready for officers training school or whatever for the Marines. So very proud of him. And that unveiling, Catherine is looking to going to Hillsdale next year. You've been praying with us for her and her health. As you may know, it's often 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Sometimes it's the reverse of that. But just the delight and joy of God's hands molding her in her undiminished activity in the midst of all of that. Very proud of her as she's wrapping up her high school career. Grace, just a sweet little sprightly junior of ours. She's in Lion King. She's Rafiki. And so we're learning a lot about the African meaning of the words to the song. Many of us have heard Lion King, Springfield, so that's kind of cool. She works at Nature's Corner and, of course, still homeschooling and bringing a lot of delight to us all. Dominic, the youngest, 15, almost 16. Check out his podcast, The Running Effect. He has cultivated relationships with some of the top runners in the United States, and he's over 30 episodes now asking meaningful questions. So there you go. Anyways, I got a message today listening to Ted Sri, my former housemate, Ted Sri with Ascension Press. Great episode. They're always good, Ted. But this one he speaks of St. Clement. They're doing a pilgrimage there. So he spoke in this Easter season of the Basilica of St. Clement. It's near the Colosseum. And what many of us, you may not know, is that the earliest churches were home churches. For fear of both the Jews and the Romans, that's where they assembled and celebrated the Eucharist. And St. Clement was one of these godly leaders in the early church. So start there. It began in the home. Our faith begins in the home. People assembled in their home. And he became a bishop and even pope. So on top of this first century home church, they built an actual church in the 4th century. And then later on, in the 11th century, they built a basilica. So it stands there to this day, the basilica, and I guess you can go down to various layers and see the earliest church of St. Clement. So really beautiful, right? That the home, by God's design, is the place where we form saints. It's the primary place upon which the church is built. You didn't say that, Ted, but I know it was implied. I'm with you. No, the church, the home, is the place we form saints, where we become what we are, icons of the Trinity. That's our unsurpassed identity. Icons of the Trinity. What is that? The Trinity of persons pouring themselves out for the good of other. So marriage and family, we're meant to pour ourselves out for the good of other. And when we are in amnesia, are we not experiencing a lot of amnesia these days? What is that? Who are we? Wheels spinning, appealing to our nature, appealing to who we are. Christ enters into that toxic stream. He awakens us to our identity, and he shows us, takes on flesh and blood, life, death, and resurrection. That's our very nature. That's the path to the Trinity. So right now, think of what are those discords in our lives. Invariably, it's from living for ourselves, not dying to ourselves, and being filled with the abundance of his grace and the Holy Spirit that he offers us in this Easter season. And that's where I'm going with this. Civilization will be transformed by our conformity to Jesus. That's the measure of everything we think today. It's the measure of everything we do today. Are we conforming to Jesus Christ, our nature in the second person of the Trinity? And to do that, we're given family. So join us on this journey. A lot of exciting things coming up. We had an amazing Belief in Beverages night this past Friday with Jonathan Jakubowski. We want to do a whole lot more of that, but you can check that out. But join us on the journey at ilovemyfamily.us. ilovemyfamily.us. God bless you. Have a blessed rest of your Easter.